Doesn't get better than this.
What's up everyone and welcome to Potato Monster's League of Legends Top 5 Plays Hexakill Edition. Without further ado, let's get into our number 5 play with the Muni on the Queen of Resets, Katarina. In the beginning, we see blue team rushing down Baron as the friendly Lee Sin moves in and goes for the steal, but blue team gets it and he pays for the attempt with his life. Now left in a 5v6, red team is in trouble as blue team immediately looks for a fight with their fresh Baron buffs. We see Katarina waiting off to the side and then she sees an opening and goes in on Thresh for the kill, using the reset and Zillion's bomb to start rampaging the enemy team. One by one, the entire enemy team crumbles as Katarina does what she does best to clean up the 5v6 and pick up the Hexakill. Coming in at our number 4 play, we have Time Moral's Beast on Nidalee with a great team play to hunt down the enemy team. Right off the bat, we see Talisman used to move them into position, and as soon as they round the corner, the chase begins. Sivir ultimate combined with Nami's passive, raise morale, cannon barrage, and the tidal wave allow blue team to catch them out despite not having an amazing initiator on their team. Nidalee picks up the triple and then the quadra right after as they continue with their momentum down mid lane to siege the tower. As every second passes by, the hopes of a Hexakill start to diminish, but when a small skirmish breaks out, Nidalee moves over to help. After landing the spear, she thinks out her next move, and when the enemy Katarina Zanyas, she hops into Cougar form and times it just right with a flash Q for the pentakill. With only the enemy Nasus alive and no hope of him escaping, the dream turns into reality as her team lets her finish off Nasus for the Hexakill. Besides the great Hexakill in this play, I wanted to point out something I thought was really cool about this team comp that maybe you didn't notice. Between Talisman, Sivir's ultimate, Nidalee's passive in Cougar form, Nami's passive to speed players up, Vayne's passive to run faster towards enemy players, Shaco's deceive, and finally Gangplank's raise morale, this team moves fast. And that's also not including the global ultimate from Gangplank to slow down the enemy team and an excellent tidal wave to follow it up. So every one of these things come together and form a team that you just can't outrun, and in this play we see blue team use this strength to great success. Landing in at 3rd place, we have BKDQJVK and 22,022 on Cassiopeia with a game-changing play to win a losing fight. At the start, we see red team lose 2 players almost immediately, leaving Amumu surrounded by enemy players and in a terrible spot. He takes the only way out and flashes over the walls. The friendly Quinn goes down, leaving red team with only 3 players alive. We now see Tryndamere coming around the side to help out, and Cassiopeia is right behind him, and right as Amumu goes down, we see a beautiful 5-man ultimate, followed by an arsenal of different poisons to melt down the enemy team. Left in a 1v1, she pumps out tons of DPS on Aurelia, securing the pentakill in a fight that looked amazing at the start for blue team. A few moments later, she decides to get mid lane pushing before recalling, but then out of nowhere the enemy Graves shows up, but he's no match and goes down shortly after for the unofficial Hexakill. Moving along into our number 2 play, we have Turtle Dunks on Shaco, who is part of a Hexakill trap team I was playing in. Although I don't usually ever feature any play with myself in it, even if someone else submits it, this play is just downright awesome, so in the spirit of this fun Hexakill top 5, I'm gonna let this one slide. Going back to the play now, we take a look at red team as they position around the Baron pit to make full use out of their traps. By pressuring Baron but not starting it, red team is able to set up camp while also forcing the enemy team to stick around and get poked down. If anyone on blue team moves in to regain vision, they run into traps, get hit, and leave empty-handed. While the enemy team tries their best to return the poke or get a kill, Shaco and friends play to their strengths and make sure to never overcommit or give up on the plan. After forcing blue team away, red team regroups in front of Baron, which applies a lot of pressure because the more traps that go down, the more free Baron becomes. Now we run into a small stalemate as both teams wait patiently for the other to do something because neither team wants to leave the position they're in. Out of nowhere, thanks to the ward placed earlier, Caitlyn sees an opening on Heimer and utilizes her long range to bring him low enough to pick up the kill with Ace in the hole. This opens up the possibility of a Baron rush, and with so many traps already down, red team decides to go for it. Since blue team has a ward placed down from earlier, they know red team started on Baron, and despite the field of traps, they decide to contest it. We see Ahri Spirit rush in and immediately get feared as Shaco secures Baron and the fight erupts. Thanks to all the traps placed from before, the turrets from Heimer, and some solid team fighting from everyone, red team takes 4 kills total and a Baron off of this play, winning the game shortly after. And for our number 1 pro play for this week, we have Gordo with a huge play on Wukong. At the beginning, we see him headed over towards his jungle camp to cash in on the conservation stacks, but as this is happening, the enemy Blitzcrank catches Tristana and they immediately bring her down. The fight continues with blue team clearly winning, and as red team goes into full retreat, we see Wukong waiting in the river for his chance to go in. With all 6 members of the enemy team still chasing, he decides to run alongside them, and then we see a talisman popped as the enemy Blitzcrank shoots and scores on Tryndamere. All of a sudden, Wukong comes in from the side straight into an amazing cyclone to knock up the entire enemy team. Despite Soraka's heal, he shreds through it and finishes off Kha'Zix for the kill, and then Karthus and Fiora right after. Then he auto-attacks Soraka, and with the help of the tower and red buff, he grabs the quad and then sees an opening when Blitzcrank gets too close, jumping over the wall for the Pentakill. Left in a 1v1, he rushes at Jinx and then moves to the side to dodge the zap, finishing off this play with a Hexakill out of a 1v6 scenario. Thanks for watching, everyone, and I'll see you back here next week for some more high-quality League of Legends action.